Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Southeastern Oklahoma State University for a historic day for our campus. I'm going to get out of the way because there are way more important people to speak. I'm going to introduce our president, Dr. Thomas Newsom.
Thank you. Man, I don't know why I'm nervous today. I'm so nervous. What an amazing day. What a great day to be in Durant, Oklahoma. What a great day to be on the campus of Southeastern Oklahoma State University. This is truly a celebration not only of our university but of our community. And the community building that we're going to be doing through this facility is just going to be amazing. So I want to thank a few people who are here, and then there'll be others that will speak, but we've got a few guests I just wanted to recognize. And first of all, Bloomer Don Sullivan is here, son of Bloomer. Kay Parham, First Lady of Morris Sloan, who coached at Southeastern. Proud 73 graduate and one of the best football players to hit the field here at Southeastern. So thank you for being here, Coach Sloan. Also want to recognize a few students. If you just raise your hand, we've got members of our John Massey Leadership Scholars Group that are here. And it is truly a day. So I've got some notes. This is going to take a few minutes, but I think it's important that we put today into perspective for our university. So in 1909, Southeastern was founded, and in 1909, we fielded our first football team. That football team was 4-2, and the most notable win of that season was a 49-0 victory over that school in Ada. Between 1909 and 1929, all of our games were played on a field that is now where Hallie McKinney stands. That field doubled as not only a football field, but a baseball field and fields for all of our other athletic teams. In 1931, our Student Government Association voted to assess a $1 fee per student during the regular terms and a 50-cent fee per student during the summer term to build a new athletic stadium. The fee raised $435, and plans were set in place to build that stadium. The stadium received a big boost later when workers from OG&E, who just happened to be Southeastern alumni, installed a lighting system for free for the university. Additionally, money was raised by our student council, the Alumni Association, the Durant Chamber of Commerce, and the university, and we built one of the best athletic facilities in our conference in 1931, where our current facility stands. Paul Laird was our first football coach at Southeastern. He passed away in 1939 after an 11-year tenure at the university, a record of 44, 32, and 9. And in 1939, the stadium was named Paul Laird Field. In 1954, the wooden bleachers that were originally installed were demolished, and the field was converted to what we see now, and that is a concrete structure with a visiting grandstand, locker rooms. It had a cinder track, and in 1954, that stadium cost $75,000. 50 years have passed since any significant stadium renovations. But in 2004, the Durant Community Facilities Association was formed through a community sales tax proposal that John Massey spearheaded for our community. And that raised enough off of a 1/4 cent sales tax for the university not only to build this facility that we sit in today, but to put $2.8 million into renovations of a very aged football stadium that included field turf, fencing, and a new locker room for our student athletes. Fast forward to today, 94 years later. Last summer, the university, with the help, again, of the vision of John Massey through the DCFA, as this intended taxation authority ended, began what will be a transformative three-phase approach to modernize our stadium and fundamentally change our campus and our community. Phase 1 is the new video board that was just installed last summer. We will put in new Hellas playing surface this spring and completion of a wrought iron fence not only around the stadium, but around tailgate alley as well. Phase 2 is a new press box and home grandstand to include restrooms and concession facilities underneath. And Phase 3 is visiting grandstand, restrooms, and concessions. So the current phase we're in, Phase 2, began in the summer of 2024 when the Regional University System of Oklahoma Regents and the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education approved a $3 per credit fee that would enable the university to commit $4.5 million to this project. Then at homecoming this season, the university received a gift from Mike Aaron, class of '95, to initiate an architectural contract to start stadium design. The design was presented as part of Giving Day last week, with expected construction costs to be right at $10 million. I think it's important to understand the history of our stadium and how we got here, because we truly have come full circle. The original stadium was funded in 1931 with support from the community and Southeastern students. And this new stadium project is being funded through community and Southeastern student support. In 2004, John Massey, class of 1960, saw a need for stadium renovations and supported a movement to pass a sales tax to support improvements over the past 21 years. As that tax expires, the DCFA has made one last gift to support the first phase of this project, and that's why those improvements will happen this spring. And last Thursday, the university was honored that through a $3 million gift from the Massey Family Foundation and First United Bank, we will make this dream a reality and truly transform our campus and our community. I am proud to say that hopefully the first home football game for the Savage Storm and the Durant Lions in this new stadium will take place in the fall of 2027. This phase will replace the home bleachers with a 2,800 seat grandstand to include approximately 500 reserved chairback seats, a modern multi-level press box to include luxury suites, and an elevator. Elevator's very important. It will also provide new public restrooms, concessions, and potentially locker room space underneath the stands, and relocation of approximately 400 seats to the north end zone for band and pep squads to use. The university will preserve the history of the stadium by keeping the moniker of Paul Laird Field, as it will become Paul Laird Field at Spend Life Wisely Stadium. We also honor John Massey with the name of the press box becoming the John L. Massey Press Box. Keith and Bo and Mark to come up, and if y'all would each stand by one of these pieces, and Greg, if you would come up as well. And we're going to try to do this without practice or even letting you know we're doing this. If you will, when I finish this statement, if you'll turn over your placard, I'd appreciate it. So faculty, staff, students, alumni, citizens of Durant, and friends of Southeastern Oklahoma State University, I present to you Spend Life Wisely Stadium. At this time, I'd like to ask our football coach, Bo Atterbury, to come up and make some remarks on behalf of not only the football alumni, but our current coaching staff and current student athletes. Thank you, Bo.
Wow, what a day. Thank you guys so much for being here this afternoon. And, you know, if the president's nervous, of course, I'm at a whole nother level. After unveiling that, it makes you a little emotional. But first and foremost, it is a historical day if I've got all these notes. But a very important day, and Dr. Newsom, I just want to thank you for your continued consistent leadership and vision for Southeastern Oklahoma State University. in recruiting, I'll discuss with athletes and their families, and I'll put an athletic spin to it, but it's simply, when I'm talking about the president, you know, he has a genuine interest in all aspects of Southeastern Oklahoma State University, and most importantly, the students, their well-being, and making it a positive experience for them. So thank you, Dr. Newsom. Wow, what an incredible day was last week. Day of giving, amazing. We're here today to celebrate the naming of a new football stadium. How good does that sound? You know what I mean? That's unbelievable. Thank you guys for the support. As a coach, and I learned this from Coach Sloan years ago, 1993, when I think about team, the different roles involved creating a strong team. All roles are extremely important, and each role brings tremendous value. We want to thank everyone from the Southeastern community and also the Durant community who has had a hand in making this possible. I got here in 1993 by way of Coach Sloan and multiple others. Remember multiple practices, workouts, games, the relationships, bonds we built as a team. Several of those days ended hot, very tired. There were no time limit restrictions back then, so we got our work in. But I couldn't imagine being anywhere else other than Paul Laird Field. Our locker room was underneath the current stadium. And some days may begin and some days may end if you're on the short side of that, hitting your head on a steel beam to get you ready for practice or send you home on a good note. But I wouldn't change any of that. I chose Southeastern then because of the people, and I will always support Southeastern based on the people. The foundation has been and always will be the genuine care for all the students' well-being on their journey and consistently seeking ways to make SE a better place. This historic day and the soon transformation of the football stadium is just another example of that. Now, we may need a little more funds, but I know we got the people to help pull this thing around when it's all said and done. I may get Coach Baxter and I in a little trouble here, but we've spent some time in his office doing nothing but really awestruck at the renderings as they came in, and him talking about driving up to the university or 3rd Street or walking up the sidewalk to see this and it become a reality. If you know Coach Baxter, he'll make up for that time. His tenure has been awesome, and we're very thankful for your leadership as well. This is going to, obviously from an athletic standpoint, be a tremendous help for our football program and athletics in general, but really from an overall campus community, this is going to be a tremendous help in recruiting students, student athletes, and the impact it will have on our campus and the Durant community is going to be amazing. Thank you guys so much.
We are so proud that on a number of Friday nights, the Durant Lions call Southeastern Oklahoma State University's campus home. We're very proud that we were able to share that common experience with our community. And it would not be fitting today if we didn't express that pride and appreciation, and we didn't ask Mark Mooring, the new superintendent for Durant Independent School District, to come forward and make some comments as well. Mark.
Wow, this is awesome. My name is Mark Mooring. I'm the superintendent of Durant Independent School District, and I've been here since about July. And our community, I'm the new guy, but there's just an energy, enthusiasm, and it's always a great day to be in Durant in our community. With me today, I brought my assistant superintendent, Kenny Chaffin, our athletic director, Tony Tubbs, and our head football coach, Todd Farkas. So, on behalf of Durant Public Schools, I want to extend our heartfelt appreciation to Dr. Newsom, Southeastern Oklahoma State University, and all of the generous donors, because not only are the students at Southeastern getting benefit out of this, but our students are as well. Our soccer students, our football students, our community in general. That's what I love about the energy of our community, is not only is this for Southeastern, but it's for all of Durant. Durant Public Schools as well. Durant Public Schools and Southeastern Oklahoma State University are intertwined in the fabric of our community. We share facilities, we share students, we share staff, and many ideas on how we can help move Durant forward. I'm on several boards and committees with Dr. Newsom, and the energy that he has for not only Southeastern Oklahoma State University, but our school in general, our school and the community is contagious. And I hope everybody else can catch that as well, because Field, it's a cornerstone of our community, where our student athletes and families come together to celebrate work, teamwork, pride in our community. Southeastern's dedication to enhancing this space reflects their commitment to not only their own students, but to the future of ours as well. Their efforts ensure that this stadium will continue to be a place of inspiration and achievement for all students. I want to thank Southeastern for their generosity and their partnership, their continued partnership. If I ever need anything, I know I can call Dr. Newsom, and he's going to be there to help and be a sounding board too. So I appreciate the continued partnership with Southeastern Oklahoma State University, and I hope that continues, because it can only benefit both institutions. So thank you very much, Dr. Newsom, for inviting us, and thank you for sharing the facility, and thank you for the Durant Public School Board, thank you for the students, the staff, and our coaches. Thank you very much.
Also would like to give former head football coach and now athletic director, and a person who is just a great friend and colleague, and a person who has shared this vision with me ever since I arrived on campus at Southeastern. And I couldn't be more proud of our athletic program, I couldn't be more proud of our athletes, and I couldn't be more proud of the person that leads those endeavors, and that's our athletic director, Keith Baxter.
I'll echo what everybody else says. Wow, what a great day to be in Durant. What a great day to be on the campus of Southeastern Oklahoma State University. I want to start off with a couple of disclaimers in a sense. Every once in a while I get a little emotional. I start to cry, so if that happens, don't think too much about it. I'm a little bit nervous, as some of the others are, because it is such a historic day. But I'm very humbled and very honored to be a part of this program, part of this announcement today. It's been something that has been coming for years, and then because of some select individuals that have stepped up to the plate and have donated and have given and given and given, now we're that close to being this being a reality. This project, as President Newsom mentioned, started as just a conversation. When he got here during COVID, and one day we're talking, and he said, "We really need a new football stadium." And I said, "Yeah, we need a new football stadium for a while." But through those conversations, it kept building, and it kept building, and it kept building. And then he made the public announcement to our Savage of the 70s in this very room at homecoming this year, and with the generosity of Mike Herron to step up and let us donate enough money to engage in architects. That's what led us to today. And it just gives me chill bumps when I think of a few short months ago, we had how much in the bank? Zero. And now we're within reach of that. And again, I owe that to President Newsom, his leadership and commitment from the institution, and then many of our citizens of Durant. The renovations of our current stadium will provide opportunities and inspirations to countless individuals on our campus and in the community. Living proof that dreams come true. Living proof that dreams come true. This puts us in the conversation for new recruits, higher level recruits, new students, NCAA playoff games, high school playoff games, more people coming to the community and seeing that a community can pull together and produce positive results. Again, dreams can come true. Most stadiums are constructed of steel and brick and mortar, and this one will be as well. But I contend that faith and love will be the foundation. It's been my pleasure. Kind of lost my place there. Faith that doing the right thing on a daily basis and working hard will produce positive results. And love for a community, love for a purpose, and love for a university. Now, I remember 36 years ago, and I know I don't look that old, but 36 years ago, I came to Southeastern in 1989 under the guidance and leadership of Hall of Fame coach, all-time winning coach, Coach Morris Sloan. It is almost 36 years ago to the day when I met Mr. Massey and I met Butch Arnett. Coach Sloan came into the office one morning and said, "Hey, boy, you got your things straightened out yet?" What things you talking about, Coach? He goes, "Well, you got a checking account, you got some stuff taken care of." And I said, "Well, no, not really." He goes, "Well, come on." And all of you that know Coach Sloan, he's a little bit persuasive, so I really can't say no. So we go out, get in the red Chevy pickup, off we go. Go up University, turn down Washington, and go to, at that time, Durant Bank and Trust. And I said, "What are we doing?" He said, "We're going to meet Mr. Massey." And I'm thinking, well, what or who is a Mr. Massey? I didn't know. Get in the elevator, go into Mr. Massey's office, big office, and more than that, his bigger than life personality came through. That uncanny, engaging personality, that unmistakable laugh. I remember that forever. So we have a conversation, we go get back in the truck, go down, drive down one of the streets, and then turn back on 3rd Street, find out at Arnett Insurance. Well, what are we doing here? Well, we need to introduce you to somebody else. So walk in and he introduced me to Butch Arnett. And I'll never forget that big paw of a handshake that he still possesses. A great Southeastern player, great supporter of Southeastern and Southeastern athletics. Well, by the time we got back to the office, I learned a few things. I learned that I just met 2 gentlemen that had a deep, deep love for Southeastern Oklahoma State University and the campus of 1,000 Magnolias. I also had an apartment, a checking account, and full coverage insurance. I've got a flood of emotion, as you can see today, in so many people in the room that we need to thank for this opportunity and for this great project. But, you know, as an assistant coach under Coach Sloan and then as a head coach, every time I walked into that stadium, I could count on a few things. I knew they were going to happen, without a doubt. Knew they were going to happen. When I walk in, I'd all see my parents. They were there 2.5 hours before game time. And they sat in the same spot all the time. And on the new spot, President Newsom would be right about there. So I'm purchasing those seats in their honor today. I could also count on my wife yelling at me and then yelling at the officials, and Janet having the cowbell going all during the game. We all knew that was going on. And then knowing at some point during the course of the game, the Southeastern band, this will give me chills, strike up the tomahawk chop, and everybody in the stadium was going in unison, and the place got to rocking, and good things were getting ready to happen. There's also one other thing that I remember, and I could always count on. I'd look up to the press box, I'd see the president's box, John Massey would be sitting there. A couple seats down, Butch Arnett would be sitting there. It didn't matter if it was OU Texas, it didn't matter if it was OU OSU, it didn't matter if anything else was going on. They were there supporting the university that they loved and they cared about. And that is greatly, greatly appreciated. In closing, many people have a vision. Very few will become leaders and hold those visions. But a very select few have the courage to make that vision become a reality. Greg and Kay Massey, First United Bank and the Massey Foundation, Butch and Carolyn Arnett, Mike Herron, President Thomas Newsom, thank you for having that courage, that faith, and that love to make this project become a reality. Thank you very much.
So when I arrived at Southeastern and we started playing football again after COVID, which was about 1.5 years after I got here, we would invite folks that had become friends of the university and my friends of mine to sit in the press box with. And there were a couple of individuals that I would see every week at tailgate. I'm not going to name those folks in the room, but I would see them every week at tailgate. And I would say, why don't dedication of the Massey family and First United Bank to the Durant community. So with that, I will ask Greg to come forward and make some comments on behalf of the bank and his family. Thank you, Greg.
Wow, my mind's going about 20 different directions, to be quite honest. Not for sure really where to begin, maybe for this conversation starting. There's a group of leaders, Chief Patton and Superintendent of Schools. There's a group of us that try to meet every month or so. Just how do we make Durant better? And we were actually having lunch that day at the hospital, and Dr. Newsom said, Greg, it's time for us to do a new stadium. And I thought, don't say that so loud. I don't want the chief to hear it, because this is not going to be Choctaw Stadium. I love the chief, and I love the Choctaw Nation, but this has got to be something to do with my father. Dad loves Southeastern, and I don't know, and you talked about Butch Arnett a minute ago, but I don't know if there's ever been anybody, maybe Dr. Parn, but that had been at that stadium more than my dad. He came over, I was trying to do the math a minute ago, I think he moved here about 52, and I think he was there for almost every high school and college football game from that point on, and he loved football, he loved this university, so Dr. Newsom got some pretty pictures. I don't know if you've ever been sold to give a bunch of money away, but it's kind of interesting. He's nervous, he's got all these pictures and stuff, and I was like, calm down, we're gonna do this, and what was interesting about it, one of the things that Dad would always say is that, Greg, we're always gonna do the right thing. Let's do what's right. And so really the only conversation we really had is, what do we name it? What should it be? The John Massey Stadium? There's a naming opportunity. Should it be First United Stadium? And we really thought through that quite a bit. And so some of you know what Spend Life Wisely is, some of you might not, but we really lead what I call a purpose-based organization. How do we inspire and empower others to spend life wisely? How do we, inspiration is about how do we encourage someone? Empowerment is how do we actually give them the tools to do what's right in life? Spend Life Wisely literally has 4 things that are underneath that. So how do we actually inspire and empower someone with their life of faith? How do we inspire and empower someone with their personal development? How do we inspire for them to be physically fit? How do we make sure they have the financial outcomes in life they really want? And so it's about excellence. It's about being good. It's about being really, really, really good. Coach, you should be really nervous. This is about winning, dude. We should all be nervous. You're a high school football coach. I was here, once upon a time we won a state championship, and this is about excellence and winning and being part of a great community. And athletics is part of being great. And so when people walk into our community, and I don't care if they go downtown or they come to our football stadium, they gotta say, hey, this community is a community of excellence, and how do we get better and better every day, and what does that transition look like? And so it only made sense for us to literally call this Spend Life Wisely Stadium and the John Massey press box. And a minute ago, I think you were telling a story about William Farendorf, who was, as many of you know, William and Dad's right arm, and he did very little without him. And literally to this day, I don't think William can come to that press box, just like you talked about, Coach. It was his spot, and so my biggest question, he had a sign of like a JM up on the press box. I thought, should it be JM or a cigar? At the Cowboys day, they had the hat there for Tom Landry, so I don't know if it should be a cigar or his initial. Probably the cigar. People probably know what that is. I don't know if they know what JM is. So anyway, but it's honor for our family. I appreciate so many people in this room that have done so much for the university. Got the Heron brothers in the very back. They've always been back row Baptists. Coach Butch Arnett there's so many that have done so much for this university, and we're just, we're here to be a partner with each one of you to continue to make, not only this university the very, very best, but help make this, community the very best. So, thank you, and God bless, and thank you for allowing us to do this. Many of you know that, that Greg graduated from that university in Stillwater. I bet they're upset today. But I know his heart is with Southeastern. I know his son is with Southeastern, so his heart has to be. But we wanted just to make sure that you had a little blue and gold to go in your office. So Greg talked about winning, and I probably should have listed all the accolades of the Durant Lions since they've been playing in the stadium here in Durant. But Southeastern has recorded 17 conference championships, including 3 straight LSC titles from 2004 to 2006. So winning has been a tradition in our stadium and will continue to be. As a result of this amazing gift and other Giving Day contributions, we've raised to date $8,466,405 toward our $10 million goal. That's just roughly $1.5 million shy of where we need to be to make this a reality. You will be seeing some posters in the lobby that will outline giving opportunities. Sorry, I gotta take an opportunity to ask for more money. So, if you're interested in helping us complete this project and get construction underway as soon as possible, we'd like to thank Butch Arnett,